Hello and welcome to episode 25 of Rivaled Sports Talk. Today we're just going to give a Week 12 review. I'm Bo, that's Jake. Let's get right into it. All right, so first game, we already talked about the Thanksgiving games on episode 24. So we'll move on to the Miami Dolphins at the New York Jets. The Dolphins won 20-3. Dolphins are 7-4. Jets are now 0-11. Jake, do the Jets win a game this season?
Man, we had a Juice on for episode 23, and I loved his hot take, dude. It's not really a hot take; it's just facts at this point. He went on with him that said Jets will not win a game. I am doubling down on that. They do not win a game. They are the worst team in the NCAA because that's how they're playing.
Think they could beat? UCF?
Ooh. Okay, so
realistically,
I know
yes, but no way.
Realistically, yes. Way off topic, man. I think that college is in college for a reason. NFL is in NFL for a reason.
Right.
You're there for. I feel like you have more manpower in NFL than you do college football. Realistically, yeah, I feel like the Jets could beat them.
Yeah. No, the Jets are just awful in every facet of the game. The quarterback sucks, running back sucks, O-line sucks, D-line sucks, defensive back suck, linebacker suck, kicker sucks, punter sucks, long snapper sucks. They don't have a strength at all. Sam Darnold, man, he's been a complete letdown. For New York Jets fans. I mean, they took him number 3. I was pretty high on him. I liked him coming out of USC. I thought he fit a pro-style offense really well. I liked his size, liked his arm strength. But it's just not working out, man. He was 16 for 27 yesterday. Not a bad completion percentage, but 197 yards and 2 interceptions. So, I mean, the Jets, they've got to be very disappointed in the way Sam Darnold has played, just from the start. He's looked lost out there. So they'll probably pick up Trevor Lawrence. I don't know if that's going to do anything because it's not just the quarterback.
They're going to pick up Sarah Fuller from Vanderbilt.
Yes. But honestly, dude, talking about the Jets in the draft, I don't think they should take Trevor Lawrence. I don't think they should take him. Because, we saw what happened to Joe Burrow.
I think it should be like a 2004 Eli Manning, Phillip Rivers ordeal.
Right.
But at the same time, who are the Jets going to trade with? Just in case something like this were to happen, who would the Jets trade with?
Well, I could see them going to a team that could use maybe Washington, maybe Tampa Bay, because Brady, probably's got 2 years left in him at most. New Orleans, maybe. New England, as you said before in the show. I think if they were to trade the first overall pick, it would be to a team that is already established as a good team and a good organization that has been in the playoffs at least the past 3 years. There are just so many problems. Trevor Lawrence is going to walk into a terrible situation. They're not going to be able to block for him. He won't have anybody to throw to. He's going to have to put up 40 points a game to make it for his defense. But, yeah. Anyway, Jets lost this game, and we should talk about the team that actually won this game, which was the Miami Dolphins. They are now 7-4. What do you think? Dolphins, are they for real? Are they what are they?
Dolphins are playing like the Dolphins right now. They haven't been this relevant since, what was it? They were
2008, 2007 when Tom Brady was around. That was the last time they really had a shot.
Right. And they've just been doing it all season. They're finding the clicks. They're finding momentum. They're in stride. They're looking good. I don't think they win the division. I think Bills run away with it. But Bills are 8-3. Dolphins are 7-4, so they're right behind them. And we got 3 weeks left to play. It wouldn't surprise me if the Bills do fall off, only because do you know what Bills stand for?
Uh, no, I don't.
Bills. Oh man, my dad told me this one. Bills stand for boy, I like losing Super Bowls.
That's funny.
I think the Bills could possibly do something in the playoffs, but it depends on the seeding. It depends on who they play. We'll see. Dolphins, like I said, man, they're 7-4. They're looking really good. Um, I feel like Brian Flores has a decision to make. Who are you going to start with, Tua or Fitzpatrick? Fitzpatrick started the season.
Yeah, I
So
would start Fitzpatrick, man. Just because, I mean, Tua, he's going to be great, but it's only his first year, and he has been pretty injury prone. You know, even when he was at Bama and even on early in his NFL career. I would just start Fitzpatrick just so your offense keeps that rhythm going. You don't want to, mess up the momentum and rhythm that your offense has by having Tua come in and play and then him get hurt again, and then Fitzpatrick use a different type of quarterback. Obviously, he's not as mobile as Tua, but Devontae Parker, he's super good. Xavier Howard, he's obviously playing well. Kyle Van Noy, Emmanuel Ogba, he's been an awesome surprise for the team this year. I believe he has 8 sacks this year. So he has been really good. Yeah, so Dolphins, I mean, they'll definitely make the playoffs. I don't think they'll do much in the playoffs. They might win one game. But anywho, next game, we got the Arizona Cardinals, 17, losing to the New England Patriots, who scored 20. Cardinals are weird. Cardinals are a weird squad this year. It's like we feel like they're super good, and then kind of like the Rams we talked about before the show. But the Cardinals they look like they're super good, and then they look like they're mediocre. So another thing, are the Cardinals for real, or what are the Cardinals? Because I can't tell.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and I say, yeah, the Cardinals are for real this year. Like looking right now statistically, they're real. You have so many weapons at Kyler Murray's advantage. You have a quite healthy veteran, Larry Fitzgerald. You have D-Hop. You have Kenyon Drake. Like, you have all these weapons, and he's using all of them. He's even using his legs. We knew he would. But losing to the Patriots, man, that was a tough loss, especially on the road. I know Juice mentioned in 23 that they would win by 10 to 15, and you thought it'd be a blowout. So what did the Cardinals do wrong?
They didn't take advantage of New England's mistakes. I mean, Cam Newton had one of the worst quarterback games ever. 9 for 18, 50%, 84 yards, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and they did not win the ball game. Dude, it was field position. They didn't take advantage of that. Look at New England had 179 yards. Arizona had 300. You're not winning. You're not losing a lot of games like that. So obviously they missed out on scoring opportunities. Kyler Murray didn't play all too well. Kenyon Drake had a good game. Kenyon Drake, he's coming on. It's a good running back. Penalties. There was a stupid penalty at the end. Well, I don't know about stupid. I didn't like it, but I understand why they called it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, you saw that play at the end with our boy Isaiah Simmons. Yeah. And then Nick Folk, he had a 50-yarder to win it.
As time expired.
Right. Nice. Yeah, no, it was an exciting game. But to answer my own question, I think the Cardinals could be a wild card team that win the Super Bowl. They really could. I know it hasn't happened in a while, but 2020 has been a crazy year. It's been a year you just forget about trends and whatever. And I think the Cardinals could totally be a wild card team to win the Super Bowl.
To win.
Yeah, to win the Super Bowl. Yeah. If I were to pick
Yeah.
one wild card team that did not win their division this year and that had the best shot of winning the Super Bowl, I'd pick the Arizona Cardinals.
I just saw this earlier today. I'm trying to find it again. Yeah, no, I don't. I personally don't agree with that, but that's what this is for. I can't find it. I feel like the Cardinals do win that division, though. I feel like
Really?
Seahawks. Yes, I feel like the Seahawks and Rams both squander the next 3 weeks. I feel like Seahawks will be the wild card team.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the Cardinals are taking this pressure, you could say, and it's fueling them to be better as a team in the next 3 weeks and to go for that gigantic playoff push.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could see them being a wild card team. I mean, yeah, I can see it. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know. I just don't see it happening right off the bat. Let me get back to you in a couple of weeks.
Okay. So then
We still got some football to play.
the next game on Sunday slate was the Carolina Panthers 4-8 at the Minnesota Vikings 5-6 now. The Vikings won 28-27. Really close game. See what's his name? Receiver, the son, Chad Beebe. He kind of went from 0 to hero real quick. He muffed a punt that led to an easy Panthers score, and then he caught the game-winning touchdown in the final seconds of the fourth quarter. Kirk Cousins, man, 34 for 45, 307 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. I mean, that's about as good as you can get right there. Dalvin Cook, I mean, he played a good game, but by Dalvin Cook standards, he struggled a bit. Only about 3.4 yards a carry, which is still more than Le'Veon Bell. But anyway, Justin Jefferson, man.
Oh, my God.
Justin Jefferson. If you are Philadelphia Eagles fans, you have to be enraged right now because they had a chance to get Jefferson, and then they drafted Jalen Reagor from TCU, which Jalen Reagor is good. But the thing is about TCU receivers is that they play in the Big 12, and they don't play defense in the Big 12. So their stats are going to be hella inflated, right? And Justin Jefferson played in the SEC, the toughest defensive conference, and he turned it into his own personal track meet. So, but anywho, Justin Jefferson is super good. He and CeeDee Lamb, I'm thinking, are going to be the 2 best receivers in the NFC for the next 5-10 years. Chad Beebe, too. I never heard of him before this game, but I heard of him now. So the Vikings, man, they're off to a slow start. They've kind of gotten it together. They're 5-6. Can they sneak in to be the 7 seed in the playoffs?
Yeah, I can tell you it probably will be. Wow, probably won't be. I think the Buccaneers. I know you said Falcons, but I'm looking at the standings right now. Buccaneers will probably have the higher seed. I don't feel that it'll be Rams or Seahawks. Dang. All right. So looking at this with you have Saints leading, Packers, Seahawks, Giants, and you said 7th seed. They'd have to be right now above the Cardinals. And see, the thing about that though is they're just 1 game off.
Right.
I feel like they can do it. Tampa's lost 2 in a row. I feel like the Rams might lose 1 or 2 down the stretch, and they'll drop down. Yeah, I think the Vikings can be that 7th seed. If anything, the 6th seed, to be honest.
Yeah. No, Mike Zimmer's a good coach. And as the weather gets colder, they're going to give Dalvin Cook more carries, and Cook will love that. And he's one of the top running backs in the league now. Yeah, no, I could definitely see it. The Panthers, I thought they were going to be a little bit better this year, but they're 4-8. They're probably out of it. Bridgewater's played good this year, though. They're definitely having some injury troubles, but anywho, moving on to the next game, the Cleveland Browns defeated the Jacksonville Jaguars 27-25. The Browns are now 8-3. What do you think? And the Jags are 1-10. Who cares? But the Cleveland Browns, honestly, I'm not a believer because we know the Cleveland Browns, man. They always find a way to lose. If there is a way to lose, trust me, they will find it, and they always find it. I love Baker Mayfield. Jarvis Landry has stepped up in the absence of Odell. Nick Chubb and Kareem are probably the best 1-2 running back punch. But the Cleveland Browns always find a way to lose. And honestly, man, I'd have to believe it. I'd have to see it to believe it. They're 8-3. That's great, but they're the Browns. What do you think about the Cleveland Browns?
Okay, before I answer that, how is the wild card being seeded this year? It's 3 teams, right?
How is what?
The playoffs this year. It's three wild card teams, right?
Right. Yeah, 3 wild cards.
Browns are the 7th seed.
Really? You think they're getting a job to that?
Yes. Right now they're the 5.
Yeah.
I think they go 7. Looking at this, I think I don't think the Ravens clinch. They're 6-5. Dolphins will get it. Colts will get it. But Browns will be the 7th seed. Yeah, Browns are on a cycle, man. First off, I want to thank you, Juice, for giving Baker Mayfield fuel. And that was you.
Oh, yeah. No, I said he was going to have 5 picks.
Yeah, and how many picks did he have?
0.
My guy.
I meant 258 yards. That's what I meant.
Okay. But no, Browns will drop to the 7th seed. They do make the playoffs. However, I don't think they do anything in it. I think their biggest goal right now is to just end the drought of 17 years, no playoffs.
Yeah, longest drought.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Browns are the 7th seed. I feel like they can be the real deal here within next 5 years. But you got to wait for Big Ben to retire. You got to wait for Lamar to get hurt again and run away with the division. But yet now you have Joe Burrow, who will just destroy this division.
Well, first of all, he needs a team around him to just – he has nobody.
That's what I said. If he gets help. Yeah.
Yeah. For the Jaguars, though, Doug Marrone, man, he should be fired. I don't know. I did not think the Jags were going to go 1-10 this year. What happened to Jacksonville? They were literally like 10 minutes away from going to the Super Bowl in 2017? 2017.
That was Blake Bortles.
Yeah, dude. How did Blake Bortles almost go to the Super Bowl? Honestly, Blake Bortles – actually, no, that's stupid. He didn't have a bad second year, but then after that he fell off pretty quick. You seen that video of Allen Robinson in practice when it was like a training camp? It was like, bro, keep your stuff in bounds.
Yeah, I remember.
Moving on, the AFC South bout. I got the Tennessee Titans that I'm repping today playing the Indianapolis Colts. That game was not as close as I think we both expected.
Yeah.
45-26, Tennessee.
I was kind of disappointed in Indianapolis.
Yeah, no, me too.
Yeah, okay. Titans, man. The Titans look good. I don't know what happened to the Colts defense because they were ranked like number 1. So what's that say about the Colts walking into the playoffs? How do you think they're going to do?
I mean, they're Phillip Rivers led team, and I bet Phillip is thankful that his daddy Tom Brady is playing in the NFC now. But that tells me about the team is that honestly, I think the Colts can still make a run at the AFC Championship. I think they should definitely be in that conversation. I think yesterday might have been a little bit of a fluke, to be honest. I think we'll get back to work and practice this week, and I think they'll finish like 11-5. Titans probably still going to win the division. But I mean, I think the Colts could definitely make a run at the AFC Championship. What about you?
I don't know if they can make a run at the AFC Championship. Yeah, like you said, they are a great team right now, a Phillip Rivers led team. But Phillips just always had this. I feel like he's the older version of Justin Herbert when it comes to big games. You can take the quarterback out of the Chargers, but you can't take the Chargers out of the quarterback.
Right.
Phillip Rivers is always the one to lose games toward the end unless they're not ahead already.
Yeah.
I think he doesn't have good granted, I like Phillip. Phillip's a great quarterback.
He's also a great father.
Hey. No, but he just loses games too much when they need it the most. I don't see how they can continue that trend in the playoffs. I feel like they'll just lose games.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I completely agree. Derrick Henry, though, he is a freak of nature. When God was creating Derrick Henry, he was just like, just a little bit of size and speed, and he dropped the whole thing in there. Dude, I mean, look at these. I'm looking at Phillip Rivers' career playoff stats, and they are awful. Look at this. 5-6 career record. Okay. And this is where it gets me, the completion percentage, 59.4. Mitchell Trubisky has a better career completion percentage than Phillip Rivers does in the playoffs. 14 touchdowns to 10 interceptions. So that's an awful ratio. An 80 quarterback rating. So,
wow.
I mean, and then also he only has one fourth quarter comeback and game-winning drive. So Phillip Rivers, I don't know, this might be another conversation for another day, but in my mind, he is not a Hall of Famer because his stats in the playoffs, when it really counts, are just putrid, man. They're awful. Anyway.
I think that's why he left the Chargers, though, because he didn't want to have to deal with
Right.
Patrick Mahomes last year.
Right. And then Titans, they look really good. Anywho, moving on to the Giants and Bengals. The Bengals put up a fight. I thought they.
I was mad, bro.
Why?
I was mad because I had a hot take where I thought they would do good. I even picked them to win.
But... Oh yeah, dude. Honestly, I just want every team in the NFC to East to lose like every game because I want to see like a 4-12 team win the division.
We're headed that way.
Anyway, but for the Giants, I mean, Daniel Jones hurt his hamstring. He's probably going to be out a couple weeks. So they have Colt McCoy, who I didn't even realize was still in the NFL.
Dude, I love Colt McCoy.
Dude, I mean, who doesn't? I mean, he was a freaking baller at Texas. He was like the first college quarterback I remember watching.
I think mine was honestly it was a trio of people. It was Tim Tebow, Colt McCoy, and Sam Bradford.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, no, me too. Yeah. Evan Ingram, thank you for the fantasy points. He's going to be a favorite target of Colt McCoy, that's for sure. Sterling Shepard, I think he's another very underrated receiver. I think you put him on like Mahomes' team or whatever, he could get 1,000 yards. The Bengals, Brandon Allen, he did okay. You know, he did what you'd expect.
Didn't do bad, but
I like T. Higgins. He played well, scored a touchdown. The defense played. Yeah, he did. Yeah, scored at 544 for a touchdown. Defense played well.
He's in my fantasy league.
Hey. Yeah, no, defense played well. It was a fun defensive game. Giants defense played really well. Only allowing 155 yards. The Bengals kind of had a bend but don't break philosophy in this ball game. I mean, Gano had 4 field goals for the Giants. So they gave up a lot of yards, but, you know, inside the red zone, they were able to hunker down. But, I mean, do you think the Giants will win the East?
I don't know. That division is so messed up right now.
Yeah, dude. It's like you think one team is going to win. Like, I think the whole year I thought it was going to be the Oh, okay. First off, I thought it was going to be the Cowboys. And then I was like, well, it'll probably be the Washington football team. And then they got into a bad start. And it's like, well, dang, it's probably going to be the Eagles. But then the Eagles look really bad. And then now it's like, well, it might be the Giants. What in the world? Giants have
Yeah,
won 2 straight.
it's so terrible. Like, but that's what I love about football, dude. It's so
Yeah.
unconventional.
Right. It's wild. I like the format though. I still like the division winner hosting a playoff game because the winning your division is a big deal and it should be rewarded. Anyway, next game, the Chargers play the Bills. The Bills won 27-17. The Bills are now 8-3. I feel like the Bills don't get a lot of national love just because they play up north in Buffalo, a city that a lot of people forget about.
Mhm.
Justin Herbert, he played well. He had to throw it 52 times, which probably isn't what the Chargers want to do. But Devin Singletary averaged about 7.5 yards per carry. The Bills, I mean, they looked good. They were in control for most of the game. It was kind of close, but I mean, the Bills. It was one of those games that was close, but you knew all along the Bills were going to win.
Right.
Chargers are 3-8. Kind of sucks because I think they're better than that. But the Bills are 8-3. Could the Bills make a shot at the Super Bowl?
Not the Super Bowl. No.
No.
They'll lose in the conference.
I think they'll play who they gonna play? The Chiefs?
Chiefs. They'll lose in the conference.
Yeah.
Like that's my hot take for the day. The Bills
Okay.
will lose in the conference.
Yeah, no, the Bills look really good. Yeah, no, they'll make the playoffs, and yeah, no, I could see them go to the conference championship. Okay, so then the Falcons and Raiders. The Falcons absolutely destroy the Raiders. Maybe the Raiders
41
were
to 6.
43.
43 to 6.
Yeah, the Raiders. Do you think they were still a little? I mean, we saw Derek Carr just absolutely enraged on the sidelines after the Chiefs lost. After they lost to the Chiefs. Yeah, it was scary. It was like, kids, go to bed. Go to bed. You don't want to see this. Anyway, 43 to 6. Do you think? Yeah, no. Do you think the Raiders were still thinking about that tough emotional loss to Kansas City that really hurt them against the Falcons?
Honestly, no, because they looked at who they were playing next week and they saw the Atlanta Falcons. And they're like, "Oh, this is going to be a great win," and I feel like they went out there and just lollygagged.
Right. Yeah.
They scored 6 freaking points.
They didn't even score a touchdown.
No.
At least we got to see our Lord and Savior Nathan Peterman play. Yeah. No, he's a goat. I mean, it's either you either want him or Ben DiNucci leading your football team. That's for sure.
I'll take
Yeah,
Roger
no,
Goodell.
Josh
Football team.
Jacobs. I mean, they really couldn't get him much involved just because the score. But when he was involved, he did play decent. Hunter Renfrow had a good game for Oakland, but let's not talk about the losers. Matt Ryan, former MVP. I mean, it was kind of like a game manager type game, but his defense did a lot of the work for him. So 185 yards, a couple touchdowns, an interception. Ito Smith and Brian Hill, they combined for 110 yards. Who's Brian Hill? I never heard of him. Who is he?
Could not
Let's
tell
see
you.
who he is, bro. Is he a rookie? Usually I know these guys because I watch a lot of college football, so I know who the sleepers are.
Right.
Okay, Brian Hill. Oh, he's 6'1". That's good for a running back. Okay, he was he was drafted by the Falcons. He got cut, went to the Bengals, and he's been on the Falcons since 2 years ago. He's got Adrian Peterson measurements, 6'1", 220. Do you think he's the next Adrian Peterson? No, I'm kidding.
Too soon.
Right. Calvin Ridley, he's just a walking touchdown. Julio Jones has been banged up all year. So that probably has a big thing to do with the Falcons' inability to win games. Do you think the Raiders are for real? Because there is another team where it's like, they look good on paper. They have a great coach, but it's like, you don't know. What do you think?
I feel like the Raiders won't be relevant until Patrick Mahomes' contract expires.
So in 20 years, because he's
Yes.
going to be a Chief for life. Honestly, dude, I don't think Derek Carr is the answer.
I don't either. But at the same time, who wants Derek Carr on their team? Granted, hear me out. I love Derek Carr, the person, but as the player, he's absolute trash.
Yeah, no, he's okay,
He's
but
amateur. He's mediocre.
yeah, but the thing is, it's like, are you okay with mediocre, or do you want to take a chance and maybe trade up in the draft to take, Justin Fields, or maybe next year Sam Howell or Spencer Rattler, or do you want to go out and, call Green Bay or be like, hey, what about Josh Jacobs and a first-round pick for Aaron Rodgers? Huh? What do you think about that? I think Aaron Rodgers is going to be the quarterback in Vegas. Maybe that's next year, the year
Going to New
after.
England.
I just don't think Derek Carr is the answer. He's fine, he's decent, but for me, like, if I was a general manager, I will not tolerate mediocre from the quarterback position. You can have mediocre running back as long as you have like a solid offensive line. You can have mediocre safeties as long as you have good linebackers, but the most important position on the field, as the Denver Broncos know all too well, is the quarterback. And that brings into the next game, the Denver Broncos and New Orleans Saints. Shout out to Kendall Hinton. He proved that all the people that talk crap on Twitter will do nothing in the NFL, including myself. Because this dude won a high school state championship as a quarterback, and then played some quarterback at Wake Forest, transitioned to wide receiver, and he didn't play well. But for a guy that literally found out like 15 hours before, he actually did pretty decent. I just don't get why the NFL didn't move this game.
I feel like they're playing favorites, man, to be honest.
Yeah, no, because it's like the Ravens, they were trying to get Lamar Jackson that positive COVID test, and they were like, okay, yeah, no, John Harbaugh, we will give you all the time you need. We don't care if we have to play it, on like Friday after week 12 has ended,
Right.
And then for the Broncos, it was like, hey, can we get it to Tuesday so we can have one of our quarterbacks play? And the NFL was like,
no.
It was like, really? Like, we don't have a quarterback. And like, NFL's like, damn, that sucks. That sucks, man.
Honestly.
Right. But obviously, I was glad that the Saints absolutely torched them, because I texted Jacob before the game, and I was like, if the Saints don't win by 21 today, if I were you, there would be a hole in my wall at the end of this game.
Right.
And they did. They won 31-3. Latavius Murray, man.
3. Yeah, I picked him up in one of my fantasies.
Smart move. It was kind of smart for the Saints to rest like Kamara and Michael Thomas, because they knew this game was kind of going to be a walk in the park. Yeah, no, Saints look really good. I believe they are now they're the top seed in the NFC, right? Yep.
Yes.
They have a 1-game lead against the Packers. Taysom Hill didn't play all too well, but he didn't really need to. Next game, an awesome game on Sunday afternoon. It was the Los Angeles Rams and San Francisco 49ers. Right goal to the 42-game winner, a 42-yard game winner. And the 49ers, 49ers are still in it. That's for sure. Reigning
Crazy
NFC champs.
yes.
Yeah. Reigning NFC champs. LA Rams, Jared Goff. I think the Rams are disappointed in him. But, the Rams did have a few turnovers. More than a few. They have 3, actually. So that was kind of
I got a buddy who was a huge Rams fan. And he texted me after the game, and he was like, dude, I'm sad. I thought it was going to be some, like, personal thing, right?
Yeah.
I was like, what's wrong, bro? He said, my Rams suck. I was just dying, bro.
Yeah.
Because it's true. They haven't been relevant since the Super Bowl, where they scored only 3 points.
People say that Super Bowl sucked. I loved it. It was a good defensive battle. It was, bro. I liked seeing the Sean McVay and Bill Belichick just go at it with their schemes, and I like defense, man. Defense wins championships. Anywho, but I think the Rams are definitely going to make the playoffs. I don't think they'll make much noise, but the Rams, man, they're just another one of those confusing teams. There's a few, more than a few confusing teams in the league. But yeah. Anywho, just so we're not just because we're running short on time, we're going to go and move along quickly here. The Kansas City Chiefs and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Chiefs, man. Wow. Wow. Tyreek Hill is amazing. Patrick Mahomes is amazing. Shout out to the Buccaneers, though, for, making it close because it looked like the Chiefs were just going to run away with it. But Tom Brady led them to an almost comeback. But TB12, he's throwing a lot of picks this year.
He's thrown 11 picks in like 10 games.
Yeah.
12 games.
Yeah. I mean, Mahomes, man, 462 yards, 3 touchdowns. Hill had 200 receiving yards in the first quarter. Like that's what I do on Madden.
Right.
on the daily. It's tougher to do that in the NFL. Yeah. I mean, the Chiefs, they could be the first team since the Patriots to win back-to-back Super Bowls. What do you think about that?
I would love to see it. I might even have to fly up to Kansas City for that one.
Yeah.
But no, man. Realistically, the Chiefs are the hottest team in football right now.
Definitely.
In my opinion.
Definitely.
We'll see how it goes. We got, like I said, three games left, something like that.
5 actually. 5.
Dude, I keep saying 3 because I'm thinking of our fantasy. It ends after week.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So I mean,
go ahead.
Yeah, no, I mean for the Chiefs though, I mean they're really good. They might get the 1 seed if because the Patriots, I mean they play the Bills and the Browns in the last 2 weeks of the year, so the Chiefs might get that 1 seed in the last few weeks. Buccaneers though, I mean, I just wonder if a team can have too many weapons. You feel me? Because then, that's kind of how I am. Sometimes because it's like, who do you pass it to when you have 4 go-to guys? Because you might be trying to force the ball to someone. Sometimes it can be kind of overwhelming when you have too many. Is that a thing? Do you think that's real? You can have too many weapons, too many solid players.
I get your philosophy on it, but I'm gonna have to go no. Because if you're a defense, who are you covering? You
Right.
have all these guys. So, I mean, I can see it, but at the same time I can't because I like them having so many weapons.
Yeah.
So, we'll just see how it goes.
And then Sunday Night Football, I didn't watch this one. I slept through it. But the Packers beat the Bears 41-25. The Bears have now lost 5 straight. Their quarterback situation is just awful. Montgomery, though, he averaged 10 yards a carry. Good for him. Allen Robinson had a couple touchdowns, but they lost. So Aaron Rodgers, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. He never throws interceptions. Had an awesome completion percentage. Aaron Jones, 90 yards. Jamal Williams, 73 yards. So the 1-2 punch was definitely going. My boy Robert Tonyan, who's becoming one of my favorite tight ends in the league, had another touchdown. He's another one of them touchdown machines. Can the Packers, can they finally win an NFC championship and go back to the Super Bowl? What do you think?
No. I don't think Rodgers gets it done while he's there. I think he just got too many things standing in his way right now, to be honest. I mean, if anything, you have the Saints, Seahawks, maybe the Cardinals. Depends on where they end up, which will all play them really, really tough.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Buccaneers, maybe.
Yeah, Buccaneers. I mean, like it's tough. I just don't see it happening.
Yeah.
I want Rodgers to get a second ring.
Yeah, no, me too. Me too. And then Monday Night Football, the Seahawks beat the Eagles. Not a lot to talk about during that game, except that the Eagles completely screwed over the sports gamblers with that garbage time touchdown and 2-point conversion. That was kind of funny. But I would have liked to see the Seahawks beat the Eagles by a little bit more. Carson Wentz, he had that garbage time touchdown. So, anywho, the Eagles are just bad.
Carson Wentz, dude, just alone, Carson Wentz is. Ooh, start Jalen Hurts. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, but maybe. And then the final game, which was yesterday afternoon, the Steelers played the Ravens, and the Steelers beat a practice squad Ravens team and RG3 and Trace McSorley by 5 points. The Steelers have got to be the worst 11-0 team of all time.
Yeah, can I just tell you that the Steelers cakewalk 11-0 schedule right now?
Yeah, please.
Week 1, Daniel Jones, they beat them. They barely beat the Broncos week 2. They beat Bill O'Brien in week 3. They beat Carson Wentz in week 4. They beat an overrated Browns team. Overrated is kind of
they did kill the Browns, though. I'll give them that.
They got bailed out by the refs versus the Titans. They barely beat the Ravens on that throw to the end zone.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, but they barely beat your 3-8 Cowboys.
They did. How?
Yeah,
that was the game we started Garrett Gilbert.
They beat the 2-win Bengals. They beat a third-string Jake Luton Jacksonville Jaguars. And like you said, they barely beat a Ravens practice squad with a third-string quarterback. It's the easiest 11-0 schedule I've ever seen. Yeah. I'm telling you right now, the team that was wearing black yesterday will not beat the Chiefs.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Those jerseys were so ugly, though.
I don't like them, though. I
don't like a lot of the colorless jerseys, to be honest. The only ones I like are the Vikings, the Saints,
the White Krispies.
Yeah. The Saints. I like the Bills red. Cardinals have cool ones, the black and the red, and then the Texans. That's about it. And the Cowboys. The Cowboys. What?
You don't like the Chiefs?
Well, the Chiefs is just red on red. If they had
so is everything else that this color rush is.
Yeah, sure. But okay, it'd be cool if the Chiefs had a yellow jersey or something. I don't know. I feel like that'd be kind of ugly.
Play mustard? No, we'll let the Rams do that.
Yeah. Oh gosh, I remember one time the Seahawks booger uniforms played the Rams in their macaroni uniforms. And it was just awful. But anyway, Big Ben gave me a funny laugh yesterday when he was doing his post-game interview with his helmet on. I don't know. I've never seen that, and I just thought that was funny. I was just like, why is he doing his interview with his helmet on? But yeah, the Steelers, I don't know. I feel like they could totally be a team, like a second seed that loses in the first round. But yeah.
Do you think they maintain their number 1 seed right now?
No, the Chiefs are gonna get that because they're gonna lose at some point, and I think they're gonna lose to the Browns and Bills when they play them. And then the Chiefs, if the tiebreaker would come down because they don't play each other. The tiebreaker would come down to division record, I believe, and the Chiefs lost to the Raiders. So yeah, so maybe and then if they both go 5-1, then it would go to conference, and then I think the Chiefs would have that tiebreaker. But anyway, Steelers are 11-0. That's pretty hard to do in the NFL, but still, Ravens are 6-5. Do you think the Ravens could still make the playoffs?
Still make the playoffs? Yes. Do anything in the playoffs? No.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
I don't think Lamar is the same MVP Lamar that we saw last year. Nowhere near. I personally feel like he's got a tough division right now. You do have the Steelers, as their record shows, they're the undefeated team, and the Browns. Those are the two toughest teams in that division right now. I think they do make the playoffs. I think they go 9-7, 10-6, man.
Get that 7 or 6 seed.
But like you said, we got 5 weeks left.
Yep.
It's an interesting 5 weeks.
Sure is. Yeah, it'll be a fun one. All right. So that is all the time we have today here on Rivaled episode 25. Thank y'all for listening or watching, whatever y'all are doing. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and have a good rest of your week. And we will see y'all on Fresh Face Friday. Any closing remarks, Jake?
No, man, I think I'm good.
Cool.
Oh, like, subscribe, share, follow.
Yes, sir. At Rival Sports Talk. Yeah. Adios.